the very latest.
Speaking of Giannis, shout out to the Bucks.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Bucks. The Bucks are NBA champions. They are NBA champions. Congratulations to the Bucks.
City of Milwaukee.
Yeah, man. So Walt, talk to me. What when they won, like, what was the for first of all, in the series, were you going for Milwaukee? Or were you going for the Suns?
I was kind of just watching it. I slick wanted the Suns to win because Milwaukee, I feel like they could win again. I mean, I feel like they could have won like another time. I wanted the Suns to win because Chris Paul hasn't won a ring.
Okay.
So since Chris Paul, he got to the finals. I'm like, Chris Paul about to get this chip, and it just eluded him. But I was still like happy for Giannis because I like his story.
I like Giannis' story too. My bad. Yeah, I like Giannis' story. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling his real name, Giannis.
Yeah.
I like the G. It's the G.
Don't jack that man name up.
Word, man.
Yeah, I like his story. I feel you.
Yeah, I was happy for Milwaukee. Like, me and my friends, like, I ask them this all the time. I say, like, for the past each decade, it seems like there's been like a player that's been at the top. There's been like a player, like, for the past 10 years, it's been LeBron. For the 10 years before that, from 2010 to 2000, I give it to Kobe. From all the 90s, I give it to Jordan. Before that, I give it to Magic. We kind of split Bird and Isaiah in there, but mainly Magic. So this next 10 years, I've been thinking about who is that player. And I kind of been saying it's Giannis. Like, I'm not 100% sure it's going to be Giannis, but I feel like Giannis is kind of putting himself as that dominant player for these next 10 years. But it could still be like someone else. It still could be someone else.
Yeah, I think that Giannis, when I look at him play, and everybody who's listening, I'm not really a basketball savant. I'm not going to say act like but I pay attention. I watch, and when I watch Giannis, I'm not really currently. It can change in the future, but I'm not really convinced about his game, like the way he plays. You know what I mean? Like, I guess maybe his jumper, maybe like in terms of like the way he shoots. I mean, he's a big man. You know what I'm saying? He reminds me so much. He plays like Shaq a lot. But he definitely has a lot more work. He can be greater. I can see him being greater if he get that outside shot. If he get that falling, he could be great. Like great.
I like his determination, man. Like, when they were down those two games, he sought to come back and to make sure they was winning. And then even after they won their first game, they was interviewing him, and you could just tell like the determination in his eyes. And he was just even said like, we need to win. Just his whole focus was winning. So it's like, one thing I can say about him is when he puts his mind to it, he really carries through to what he's gonna achieve. He was determined that they were going to win. That was his focus, and he carried it out. But shout out to the Bucks. So that's why I said, like, so question, y'all don't see the Bucks up there by next term?
Nah.
It's on Giannis, but Giannis, like Clint said, need to work on. I mean, the jump shot, I feel like it's coming steady.
Yeah, I believe it's still a little.
Do you feel he has a team around him to be able to carry him through? So if he needed to depend on other people, because normally the big player they normally have like a team around them to carry them through mostly. So do you think he has enough weapons around him to carry him and his team through to the next championships? You think he's able to pull that off?
I think. Well, the team's gonna go as far as Giannis taking. So it's they have a good supporting cast between Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton was looking like Jordan, no lie. He was looking like Jordan some games, but he's just a little inconsistent. But as far as like the supporting cast, they got a supporting cast. Like they don't really have. They have a bench in Bobby Portis. They got a starter, good center in Brook Lopez. They also have good other bench pieces, young pieces in DiVincenzo. They got good shooting. They have good coaching. So as far as like, do they have the tools? Yes, but I do think it's on Giannis. It's on Giannis because he's the most impactful player. And the thing that he needs to do, I don't care what nobody said. Giannis, if you're watching this, go see Hakeem Olajuwon and work on that post game.
Please
work on your post game because if he worked on his brother would be unguardable. Crazy. If he worked on that post game for real, and had it like Hakeem had it in the 90s, like he's one of the few players I could see that could actually use it to the max. Like Joel Embiid is in that boat slick too. So is Karl Anthony Towns, but Giannis with his ability to manipulate the game the way he does, work on that post game, bro. Work on that post game.
But you know what the sad thing is about all of this, man? Chris Paul deserved that ring, didn't he?
Oh. Listen. First of all, shout out to my favorite player, Hakeem Olajuwon. Like Jordan, I love Jordan. I love all of y'all guys, but Hakeem Olajuwon is my favorite player of all time. When I saw him pull up in the game and shoot that 3-pointer at 7 foot, I said, "Oh, that's my dude right there." And his foot game, like you said, that post up game is ridiculous. Oh, like I'm telling you that, like for real. But since we're on the lines of CP3, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So CP3, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I personally don't like him. Like, let me say this. I don't want to say personally. I really know him, right? But as a person, he just doesn't seem like the person I'm going to go and chill with. Or
you sound like you're talking about Tom Brady right now, man.
No. I don't dislike him that much. But he just, I don't know, man. I be looking at him. I see the way he move, the way he look at people, talk. It rubs me the wrong way, right? And I'm just watching from the TV, right? So now I'm not gonna lie. Someone just kind of tell y'all when I was watching it. When I was watching the finals, I was rooting for him in the beginning, but then somebody reminded me how much of a dirty player he is. Right? So my question to you is, do you think he's a dirty player?
I don't think go ahead, Ken.
No. I want Walt to answer this because I need to know from a basketball from your standpoint, like,
is Chris Paul a dirty player? I wouldn't say he's a dirty player. I would say he played a little rougher and tougher than most players. Does he do dirty plays? Yes. Does he do dirty fouls? Yes. But I do feel that he does what he can get away with because he's so small. So it's like some of the stuff he might rough a little. He might be a little bit rougher here, a little bit edgier here, and he might talk a little bit much and get under your skin a little bit here and there. But as far as like, I do think he does have a pedigree to like when he plays, because the thing is, you can't deny his impact on a team, especially amongst younger players. Like when he plays, even when you've seen it with Phoenix, you've seen it with Oklahoma, even when he was with the Clippers, like wherever he goes, he for real inserts himself into the game.
Oh yeah, he definitely is breaking up. Are you good? Trem, you good? Cause I think you breaking up. You got the robot going on. Am I bugging?
Nah, yeah, his joint's bugging out.
Okay.
You good,
I
Ken?
don't know. Yeah, he might be. You know, he live in the woods, so you definitely doing the robot, son. Definitely doing the robot.
Dang.
But yeah, I definitely I know his impact. Like his impact is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell, like you said, he definitely has an impact on all teams that he's on. See, I knew he was gonna go. I'm like, yeah, I knew he was gonna go. But yeah, he definitely has an impact on all teams, man. Like, and you see it. You see the impact. Like, I'm not saying that, but like, even for example, when remember when Giannis went up for that layup, and he's about to dunk it, and he pushed him, even though he still made it. Like, yo, you could have killed that man. Now, I mean, granted, he's a big guy, so you probably won't do too much harm to him. But at the same time, you ain't got to push that man out the air like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's dirty, bro.
I do feel you. Chris Paul has definitely had suspect plays. There's no denying it. Chris Paul has definitely clipped some players. One thing I will say, I've never seen Chris Paul actually injure a player. That's one thing I'll say. Throughout all my watching of Chris Paul, I've never seen him actually injure a player. But I will not front. That man, dude, he got some ways to him. Like, it's like when he on the court, I feel like he get bumps himself because he's a little player. But I feel like at least by now, players respect him to the point that it's like, all right, that's Chris Paul. Like, you're not going to freaking try to bump him or do too much to him or rough him up. Because when he first got in the league, he's talked about it in the sense of him getting roughed up and having to play with a bit of a chip on his shoulder because he's smaller. Like, I understand that. Even though he's like 6'1", so amongst us, he's probably like regular size. But like in the NBA, we already know what time it is. But
right,
I can't front. He do be doing some clipping plays. He gonna do what he's slick like Isaiah Thomas, like the modern day Zeke. Like he'll do whatever he gotta do because that's the thing. Like if you go back in the day, we talk about how the way them bad boys was back in the 80s. You know, I feel like Chris Paul seeing like little guards, we got to get a little bit physical. We got to get a little rougher.
But he can't play like that though, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I'm not listening. I'm all for roughhousing and playing. You know what I'm saying, like, but at the end of the day, you don't push no man in the air when he in mid-air.
Hey man, he's playing. He's interpreting some street ball in there, and that's where he's coming from.
But listen, yeah, shout out to Chris Paul. I mean, listen, I don't know, bro. But speaking of street ball,